You may have seen a headline this week claiming the new baby investment account could turn into $13 million. That number is real. It also requires a set of assumptions almost no family will hit, and understanding the gap between those two things is one of the most important financial skills you can build. I'm Marcus, and every number in this video was fact-checked against primary sources before I said it. Let's start with where the big number comes from. The Section 530A account, the new federal baby account, lets a parent contribute up to $5,000 a year from birth through age 17. Add the government's free $1,000 seed, and if you max every single contribution for 18 years, you've put in about $90,000 of your own money, plus the free $1,000. The government's own calculator at trumpaccounts.gov projects that if you max it out, the account could hit about $13 million by age 55. That's a real projection. It's from the government's own numbers. It also leans on an optimistic return assumption and requires maxing contributions every year from birth. That's the best possible case, not the average case. Now, 10% is the long-run historical average return. After inflation, it's closer to 7%, and it's never guaranteed. But over 55 years, that average is what does the heavy lifting. Now here's what the realistic version looks like. Let's say a family contributes $50 a month, $600 a year, which is more achievable than $5,000 a year for most households. Add the free seed. Invest it. By the time the child turns 18, the account has grown to about $40,000. Let that $40,000 keep compounding, untouched, until retirement age. By then, it's grown to somewhere between $1 and $1.5 million. Before taxes, call it roughly $1.1 million after ordinary income tax, $1.1 million from $50 a month and a free government seed. That's still an extraordinary outcome, but it's more than 10 times smaller than the $13 million headline. And it's built on realistic assumptions, not maximum ones. One thing to know before we go further: withdrawals before age 59 and a half trigger income tax plus a 10% early withdrawal penalty. Wait until retirement and the penalty disappears. The $13 million balance milestone is real at 55. The cash out at 55 costs extra. Plan to leave it alone until retirement age. Now the tax layer, and this is where the headline math gets quietly misleading. The Section 530A account is not a Roth. It's structured like a traditional IRA. Here's what that means in practice: your family's own contributions, the $50 a month you put in, were already taxed before they went in. Those come back to you tax-free at withdrawal, but the government's $1,000 seed, taxed as ordinary income when you take it out, and all the growth on everything in the account, also taxed as ordinary income. So when a headline says the account could become $13 million, that number is pre-tax. At a 22% rate on the taxable portion, $13 million becomes roughly $10 million. Still a stunning outcome. Still worth taking the free seed. But wait, that's the max scenario. The realistic $1.1 million is what most families should actually plan around. This is the gap between gross and net, except applied to an investment account instead of a paycheck. We've talked about this before. The number on paper is never the number in your hand. Here's the comparison that matters most. If your teen has earned income, a summer job, a W-2, they can also open a Custodial Roth IRA. The Roth has no government seed, but every dollar of growth comes out completely tax-free. $5,000 a year from age 13 to 18 into a Roth grows to over $3 million by 65, tax-free every cent. The Section 530A account and the Custodial Roth are not competitors. They're stackable, but on a dollar-for-dollar comparison, the Roth's tax-free growth beats the 530A's tax-deferred growth for money your teen actually earned. 3 things to do with this information. 1. Take the free seed. There is no catch to accepting it. A realistic $50 a month path still builds more than $1 million before your child retires. The free $1,000 is the starting point. 2. Use the Roth for earned income. Once your teen has a summer job, open a Custodial Roth and contribute their earnings there. Tax-free growth is the better vehicle for money they worked for. 3. When you see a big headline number on any financial product, ask the questions: what assumptions does that number require? And what's the after-tax version? The best case scenario is never the average case. Understanding the gap is what separates people who build wealth from people who chase headlines. Hit subscribe if you want the real math before the headlines find you. See you in the next one.